Hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review, and today we're going to be doing the Teen Titans, Titans East. Take a look at this cover right here. Now, Titans East has 3 stories in it, 2 of which are smaller stories, and 1 of which being the bigger Titans East story. The first story deals with Kid Devil, and this is a story that I was really looking forward to, because Kid Devil is one of the newer Titan members that I like. Him and Rose Wilson are characters that I really enjoy reading, and I really wanted to know a bit more of the backstory of Kid Devil. And here you do get the backstory, and it was very nicely done. I mean, you feel happy for this kid at some points, and you feel down. I mean, it's a kid that really wants to be the sidekick of Blue Devil. He really looks up to this guy, and Blue Devil just doesn't want anything to do with him, because he fears for his safety, and among other reasons, so you really feel bad for this kid at some points. But the story was done very nicely. I liked how they did the backstory, and it put some twists on the Kid Devil character, which is good. So the first story I liked. The second story is the bigger Titans East story. Now, Deathstroke, the Terminator, incredibly pissed off because he believes that the Teen Titans are stealing his family away from him, Rose Wilson and Jericho. See, Jericho was revived, and Rose Wilson joined the Titans, and they are now both on the Titans. Deathstroke, through his twisted sense of logic, wants his family back, and he's willing to do anything to get them back. And he goes through any extent, and he goes so far to create an evil Titans team, Titans East. And then on this team is Kid Crusader, Inertia, who is, I believe, a clone of Bart Allen. I could be wrong, or at least he comes from the future where Bart Allen comes from. Match, who is an imperfect clone of Superboy. We have the Riddler's daughter. Joker's daughter is also part of it, Julia Dent. And Batgirl, who is under the same mind control serum that Rose Wilson was under, and apparently Tara was under back in the day with Terra Incognito and Judas Contract. And 2 other characters that I just don't give a shit about. I didn't bother learning their name. I didn't care about them at all. They really didn't leave much of an impression on me. So the Titans East attack the Teen Titans, and basically they start picking the Titans off one by one. They go after Cyborg, they go after Wonder Girl, they go after Robin, and they just go after all the Titans. Eventually there's one big showdown between the Titans East and the Teen Titans. And in this showdown, it's actually resolved pretty well what happens to the Titans East. Now, the last story deals with the death of Julia Dent, who is, quote-unquote, the Joker's daughter. Although I don't think she's blood related to Joker at all. Hence her name, Julia Dent. You figure it out. She dies, and Donna Troy, Wonder Girl, actually most of the Titan team all go out to kind of solve the crime. Who killed Julia Dent. But it was really mostly Donna Troy, Wonder Girl, Robin, and Dick Grayson, Nightwing. And they actually come into confrontation with Red Hood / Jason Todd, which was actually kind of comical, too. Because at the end, Tim Drake kicks Jason Todd in the crotch, and that was quite funny. He's like, hey, hold on, guys, I gotta try something. Boom! Right in the groin. Quite hilarious. This story really didn't have much to it, so I'm not going to bother talking about it anymore. So, on to the good, the bad, and whether or not you should get it. Well, let's start things off with good. I think they handled the Kid Devil story very nicely. I said that beforehand. It added more to the character, and I'm happy about that. And I think they handled the Titans East very nicely. Now, I said before that I don't like super villain teams, like I said in my Injustice League review. Although it was handled very nicely with the Titans East because it was a one-time thing. They weren't major villains. They actually could work together because they weren't major villains. And they had strong leadership with Deathstroke. And they had a purpose, a solid purpose. I also like how things were resolved with with Titans East and how Deathstroke resolves his issue with his family. So I like that. And the story on the whole was good. Not quite as good as former Titan stories that we've been getting from Geoff Johns, but still pretty good. The last story wasn't really that impressive. I didn't really care for it. Other than Jason Todd showing up randomly, it really didn't have much to it. But besides that, bad. Bad is really, that's the only thing that I could think of. no, actually, the only bads I could think of is I wish they did a little bit more with the Titans East, and they built it up a little bit better. The Titans East were mentioned briefly in the previous Titan volume, Titans Around the World. I wish they actually took a few volumes to kind of build up the Titans East to make it such a biggest showdown, and actually deal with a few more issues with them. But besides that, there wasn't really much bad with it. However, it's not the best Titan story out there. I consider it just good. It's on the better side of good, but it's not like very good or excellent. It's just good. I do recommend picking it up if you're a Teen Titans fan. If you're not a Titans fan, then you probably should pass it off and aim for some of the other Titan stories. But despite that, it's still, you will not be losing anything getting it. I mean, it's only $14.99. I know I'm saying that it's only $14.99. That's like $15. That's a lot of money. But compared to a lot of stories out there that cost more, even in paperback form, that's a pretty decent deal for the Titan story. So, Titans East, pretty good. Not as good as some of the other Titan stories, but far from the worst. I recommend picking it up. With that said, this is Andrew saying peace out for now.